AJ here with Black Six Clothing. In today's low budget video, we're going to talk about how you can make a custom t-shirt at home, very little cost. Also, it's how we make our prototype shirts to send to customers for testing before we offer them for sale. If it's not customer tested, customer approved, it's not sold. Check it out. So Black Six Clothing came about because we were doing Black Six operations. We were doing tactical training, weapons, home security, that kind of stuff. And I wanted some custom t-shirts to give to customers and clients just as a way of saying thank you. Thank you for your business. So I went online to a reputable printing company, one that we've all seen commercials for. And I ordered 5 shirts just to see what they would look like, how they would come out. And after the $10 for the shirt, $2 for the design, and then a setup fee really, and shipping, which I didn't understand either. Shirts that should have cost me about $60 turned into about $150, just with the added fees and all that kind of stuff. And what I got was total crap. I was very unhappy with the shirts. Called their customer service. It was like, look, you sent me junk. I'm sending it back to you. It was a hassle. I ended up just throwing them away, ate the money, and then I did some research. There's got to be a better way. It's got to be something I could do at home. Something that's, it's a t-shirt. How hard could it be? So after tons and tons of research, I went out and bought some minimum equipment just to make some shirts for customers, just to tell them thank you. After doing that, they started ordering more shirts. Hey, can we get more shirts? Can we get this? Can we get that? So we started doing custom shirts, and then I started doing Black Six Clothing designs, just coming up with my own designs and selling them. And we kind of grown quite a bit from there. So this video is how we got started, or excuse me, what we used to get started. In case it's something you want to do at home, or you want to start your own t-shirt business, or you just family reunion, something like that coming up, you can make your own shirt. So some of the stuff that you'll see in this video you won't absolutely need, but some stuff you will. So here we go. Alright, so this is the Silhouette software. It comes with the cutter. Now, this is where we get started. And what we do is we come up with a design. We'll go in, hit the open file button, and we'll pull up a design. And we'll just figure out what we want. We're going to make something simple today, just nothing too crazy. This is actually the newest one we're going to send out pretty soon. And we've already picked out who it's going to. But anyways, so here is the design. So over on the right hand side, you can just go in. We can trace the area that we want. Set up just all of the stuff that we need to adjust. Trace it out. And then this. So we'll go ahead and get rid of that. And just cut. All right, so this is what we're actually going to cut. So these red lines are going to be cut lines. And then we can add stuff to it, add words. So we can add whatever we want to. Change those words around to using, we'll use stencil on this. I think that's what I was looking for. And then we get those lined up however we want it. If you want it to be perfectly lined up, you can also do that here, just get everything centered. And then before we cut it, which is important, we need to flip it because it needs to be reversed. So when we send this to the cutter, it just needs to go in reverse. So when it cuts out, we'll show you that here in a second, but when you weed it out and you go to press it onto a shirt, it actually goes the right way around. So really simple cutter. This is the Silhouette cutting software, and then once we get to where we want, we can adjust it, fix our sizes, and get it down. So here's 3 of them that we've gotten to where we want. We've got our words, we've got our design, we've checked out all of our lines, make sure that they're how we want them to look, and then we can send it to the cutter. And now we can send it directly to the cutter from here. Normally what I'll do is I'll save it to a flash drive, just like this here, which is a very inexpensive. I think I got a Brazilian years ago. And I'll put it on here, and then I'll send this to the cutter just because it's faster. And I don't have to have the cutter near the printer, or excuse me, near my computer, cluttering up that area that's already cluttered. So I have that on the other side of the room. I just take this, plug it in, and we can go from there. Let me show you how to do that. All right, so this is the Silhouette cutter. I think I got this in a kit. This is probably the most expensive thing of everything that I purchased because it came in a kit. It's a crafting cutter. It comes with a mat and come with several different items. And I bought it in a kit just so I could play around with it and, you know, destroy some material that I probably wasn't going to use anyway. So, but it's a great craft cutter. It's specifically designed for scrapbooking, but it's going to work great in this application. I'll show you why. But we have our designs on here. We're just going to plug it into the side. Right over here, there's a USB port. We'll hit the on button. And it is touchscreen. So once this comes in, we have unload, load, and load the cut mat. Since we're using vinyl, vinyl has a plastic mat on the back of it. So we don't need the mat. Let me set this aside. We don't need the mannequin for this. But to do that, we can load the vinyl directly into the cutter. So right here on the side, the left side, you'll have a little line here. And then you just set it up, hit load media, and it'll pull it in for you. Now you can adjust it, make micro adjustments and all that kind of stuff if you're super picky, which I am sometimes. But your blade has numbers on it on the dial, so the little red dot shows you what number you're on. So you can set it for different material and media. Vinyl, this kind of vinyl is a 4, so we want our thickness to be a 5 and then everything else to be a 4. So a 544 will go into that. Closing the lid, we're going to browse the USB. We're going to find our design once it pulls up. So select file. It's the first one we have on there. We'll hit select. Cut settings. We're using vinyl. Now once you set this for vinyl, you can go into use your custom setting and you won't have to change it for vinyl unless you readjust your settings, but another story. Thickness is 5, speed is going to be a 4, and our blade size or height is going to be 4. We're going to hit OK, and then we're going to go ahead and cut. We'll let this do its thing for a little bit, and then we'll come back and we'll show you the next step. So this is a quick close-up of the cutter and how it works. You can see how it's, oops, wrong way. Just going through and doing its thing, cutting everything out. And then when it's done, it'll spit the vinyl out, and then you just move from there. So.